Broadcasting live from the gumbo ravaged bayous of Louisiana. It's your boy Maximilian. Jiminy Christmas, what a week. I can't even begin to tell you the mind-boggling shit that I have been through this week. And before we get into all that, though, I want to say that we are simulcasting live on the Nakatosh Studios page. And I want to first and foremost apologize to everybody who's took the time to follow that page. And you have been very neglected as of late. And I hope to remedy that. Hoping to broadcast there. This is kind of a little test pattern to see how it goes, but we'll be broadcasting, simulcasting on the Nakatosh Studios page, hopefully from here on out. So tune in and tune out, man. Abby, Figure Fight Club. Yeah, we're going to get to you in just a minute. You know what? Everybody's getting banned tonight. Just stay tuned. We're going to across the board. But especially you, Ken. If you don't know what we're talking about, you should have watched last week's show. Join the replay crew. So my computer completely just died. Like it just blue screen of death. I have got hundreds of thousands of files, photos, and artwork going back the last 13 years since the last idiot, totally wiped my friggin' drives. So I had a full-on panic and had to totally rebuild a computer from scratch after trying 4 or 5 days to Frankenstein 3, okay computers, trying to older computers, according to Microsoft, not Windows 11 compliant. And thanks, Billy. And so went and just was like, screw it. I had to sell some art pieces that I'd rather not have sold, but they went to somebody I know will care for them, and that gave me some nice coinage to ante back up in the digital assets bit. So we're back on board and rocking it. Kaiju Kitty, always welcome. Dens, hey, listen, you got some. Let's get back to Figure Fight Club here. It's kind of funny that you should show up because I've got a little bit of news to share. And we're going to get to that in just a couple more minutes. Stay tuned for that 5-minute timestamp. Everything else is going well, just to catch up with old news. Hell. Screw the 5 minutes. Let's show it now. Here it is, everybody. The news you've all been waiting for. Welcome.
Welcome to Figure Fight Club, where collectors come to play. Discussions from relevance to hot toys shaped by collecting weight. Pour a drink for yourself, collect your thoughts. Join us on this journey and action-packed talks. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any drink will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you.
That's right. Myself and fellow enthusiasts have been invited to co-host Figure Fight Club Tuesdays, occasionally Fridays, and perfectly honest, just whenever Abby gets bored and decides to put us on. Rowdy Riles in the house, always welcome. never a lurker. Girl, I'm so ready for you to get back on track and start getting some videos posted. And thank you, Abby. I am honored, sir. I hope I don't make you regret it within the first 5 minutes, though I will try my best. So, you know what? I believe it was W.C. Fields, who is way beyond any of y'all's time, who once said, I may be misquoting it, maybe somebody else said this, but any club that would have me as a member, I don't want to join. Holy crap. Oh, no. I'm not the new co-host. I'm running the whole show. It's all mine now. I make all the decisions. I'm running. Yes, co-host. Yes, I am. And it's myself and Talib 1980 _ collects, who everybody should also be following too. And you know what, cohort definitely fits that's yeah, I like that. Of course you would, you old bastard. As everybody should. If I can help even one person slack in their duties, praise Bob. That's all I've got to say. We got a few things that I got. Today was the day to get mail, and woo howdy. It's time for action. Man, let me tell you, me and my little army guys, Valaverse, aka Bobby Vala, absolutely outdid himself with this figure. This is amazing. I got 2. And unfortunately, as per usual with anything Valaverse does, I did not get the 1 in 100. But let me tell you, this is everything that I have missed seeing on a toy shelf since since you stopped seeing G.I. Joes and stuff when I was a kid. I mean, it just fantastic. And I said, anytime he does this old school packaging, I always say I'm gonna keep one in the packaging. And I'm really gonna try. I promise I am. But that's gonna be hard, super hard. So this is the open box. You've got oh, here you go. Get all this shit out of the way. So you got your packaging, got some nice extra hands, good little AK set up there. The packaging itself is just almost a piece of art. Now, this was the exclusive. They just made it available. My understanding, and I haven't been on Valaverse in a couple days, but I mean, and I know plenty of people, at one in particular, who is going to super bitch about that pistol getting reused, but I like it. I like it a lot. Got the new backpack, got the quad nogs, And I mean, just that vac metal just is super, super sweet. I would love to have a gold one, but I have never gotten any of the 1 in 100. I've never been that lucky to just open one out of the box. If one falls into my hands one day, that's okay. But I mean, if this is him going forward, then Valaverse has something pretty exceptional to show us in the future. And I am super excited for DFW, the Dallas Fort Worth Action Figure Show. I am celebrating not being dead, as many people who've been following me. I hope you do, Rowdy, because seriously, they're fantastic. And like I said, my understanding is he has got plenty available if you go to valaverse.com. The other thing that I got, and this is kind of a shared thing between me and my kid, because she is far surpassing me in the art world. Hands are always a struggle for artists. So when I seen these, I had to pick them up. And this is Kagami Takahiro did this in collaboration with Kotoba. I could never say the name of this company. Kotobukiya. And I'm sure chat will correct me because I am probably wrong. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. These hands, you can do any pose with them that a hand can do. They are beyond super articulated. And I am super happy. I've got a left and a right one, and sharing these between me and my kid, the super artist known as Tim Lord. She's just as excited as I am about these. So, and of course, Evil Bert. He holds Valaverse weapons super well, including that brand new machete. Now, I've been told I need a nice red, of course, the 50 caliber Barrett. Can't go wrong with that. I'm going to find a nice little red headband for him and take him out so I can do the Touch Grass photo shoot for Legend Series, who, if you don't know, is the man who is responsible for Legend Series Wrestling Association, of which I am a member. So if you like a little wrestling, tune into Legend Series. Now, time for some comic books. I am so excited to have this right here. Oh, yeah, I heard that you got Commander tickets today, Ken. Congratulations. I can't wait to meet you. I'll be there with the fam. And, of course, so will Figure Fight Club. So, got a signed copy. This is from the 2021 Joe Fest. This is Bobby Vala line work, and his artwork throughout the entire comic is just, it's, you know, everybody gets excited about Bobby's toys as well they should, but a lot of people just also don't realize that he's a classically trained artist and a very talented one at that. And I love this entire I gotta show you. I hope he doesn't get mad at me. But the whole comic is all just pencil work. And it is a fantastic little piece into let's see. I think the Netho Diaz is the one who did a lot of the work on the inside, but it's still a lot of really great insight. Bobby Vala did the cover, and it's kind of like a little sketchbook. Being able to see an artist's pencil work is a rare opportunity sometimes. Another book that I just picked up that Image Comics just put out, True War Stories. It is a really great anthology of true stories all the way from Vietnam and today. I'm about halfway through with it, and it is amazing. Every word of this is amazing. And if you like, if you're a tanky, or anything like that, this is definitely worth picking up. Also got the Duke Silent Missions, and I got the Wes Craig. And you can see, pay a few more bucks for it. But worth picking up. This is, they really try milking that Snake Eyes Silent Mission as much as they can in comicdom, and it's always going to be relevant. I'm glad to see that they're kind of carrying on with it. They've done a good job with it. It's, I haven't got through all of them yet, so I'm not going to give any kind of judgment, but still definitely, I know that the Roadblock one, oh, super sweet. Super, super sweet. So that definitely worth picking up. But that True War Stories is fantastic. Yeah, I've always been a sucker for line art. In tattooing, there was a big trend for a long time, and it still is with certain artists. They'll put out sketchbooks. So you could find, usually it was only something that was available to other artists, not the general public. So, but I've got a number of sketchbooks from a lot of really great tattooers over the years, and have built up a good collection of that. And so it's finding line work, even the Frazetta line work books. I think Frazetta Girls actually has one that is out right now, that it's either pre-order or it's available, but it's Frazetta lines. Hold on, I will find out for sure for you. Frazetta line art, and yeah, and it is through FrazettaGirls.com, and it is pre-order, so it is not out yet, but it is pre-ordered. And if you're an artist, line work is important. If you want to, if there's a style that you like, an artist that you like, picking up and being able to study. I've got a copy of Da Vinci's notebooks. God's like 4 inches fucking thick. It's ridiculous, but it gives you a lot of insight into a lot of his paintings and stuff like that. So it was really good in my younger years studying a lot of line art, and Da Vinci was one of my favorites. But getting into if you can look at a Frazetta painting and like Kane, everybody knows Kane, Kane, by Frazetta. You would know it as a Molly Hatchet album cover, and it is not Conan, it is Kane. But he also did Conan too. So, but if you get into some of the line art from some of those Frazetta paintings, it's just, there you go. It's all you need. So let's see. I hope this is broadcasting well on the Nakatosh page on Facebook. And if it's not, well, we'll get it fixed. So, God, really, did I burn through everything in 20 minutes? I am super excited to be one of the co-hosts on Figure Fight Club. Tuesday night open mic has always been something I look forward to every week. If you like toys, if you like to watch a bunch of adults fucking talk about toys, which is, if you think about it, probably the most ridiculous thing on the planet. But blissful and beautiful at the same time. It's paradoxal, if you will. And so open mic night has been something super important to me, and super fun. It seeing the new stuff that's out there and seeing somebody who, toy reviews, the word shill gets thrown around a lot, and sometimes I think it's absolutely earned. There should be a little thing like they used to do, which is at the top of the screen says this is a paid advertisement. We could just get to the, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Somebody was paid to do this. It's an ad. But with open mic, it's always been neat because you've got somebody real right in front of you who obviously enjoys this, enjoys their little toys, and has it right in front of them. They've got their hands on it. And you can ask questions just like, well, how do those hips turn good? Yeah, they do. They turn real good. I got it. Yeah. It both hands can hold on the weapon. Shit, yeah. It does that, the backpack open? Yes. The backpack opens. And you can fit at least a pair or two hands in there, and those nogs. So it's good, especially with the times we live in now. And money is important. I don't care how much you got to throw around. Nobody wants to drop a lot of money on toys. It's a reason why everybody's always talking about, Ollie's and Ross and everywhere where you can get the $9, action figures that you missed out on 3 years ago. It's important to know that you're spending your money wisely, and not buying a piece of shit that's going to break in 5 minutes. So that's good. And, like Desert Rat says, be a force of good. Yes, like-minded folks enjoying like-minded things. It's, that's what it is. And it I think it's been said more than a few times that, not everybody can agree on everything. And, you put the old saying in tattooing was you put 1,000 tattooers in a room and you'd get and ask them a question and you get 1,000 answers. So I think it's probably about accurate when it comes to, people who enjoy hobbies and other things like that. You ask 1,000 hobbyists a question, you're going to get 1,000 opinions and maybe one or two facts mixed in there. So that's really good. I'm definitely a facts person. I enjoy my hyperbole, and I like to. I definitely like to fuck around, um, and I think my entire youth was spent just trolling before I knew what trolling was. So it's definitely it's good to be able to get around people to where no matter what you think, you can find common ground. So yeah, not many people in this day and age have it. Facts is facts is something. That's right, Dens. I have taught you well. We got to talk shit on this show. Can't do it on on other shows. Yeah, it. You oh yeah, just I know I gave an update on our friend Dens here, who is a Colombian toy collector, and we recently sent a package down to Colombia and realized that it was time for action in Colombia. So we sent a Vanguard, which is the vehicle from Valaverse, and a number of other Valaverse figures, as well as some of Creative's, uh, some custom head sculpts, and sent them down to Colombia. And as of May 5th, they have arrived and left the transfer airport in Bogota, Colombia. So I am hoping that any day now, and I just rechecked the tracking, that should get a message from our friend Dens here that he got his packages, and we will be opening them live on a Tuesday night open mic on Figure Fight Club. And it's must see TV, ladies and gentlemen. Must see TV. Spread the word. Spread the word. Yeah, listen, I guarantee you everybody owns at least one Super 7. Everybody. I got a little Spock. You got to have Leonard Nimoy. So I don't know where his tricorder went, and that makes me sad. Oh, maybe that's it on his. Oh, maybe he had a phaser. He had something else I think came with him. I don't remember. Super 7, so I don't care. But it's kind of like Funko Pops. It's the ugly chick that you lost your virginity to. You did it, but you're not going to tell your friends. So oh. Ooh. Man, listen. I always wanted to skateboard. Always wanted to skateboard. And right about the time where skateboarding, you had the Vision Psych Stick and slime ball wheels and independent trucks and Swiss bearings and all the little goodies that were just reaching the very beginning of the golden age, right about the time where Tony Hawk first just blew up. The town I lived in banned skateboarding. They actually picked up a dude, arrested him for just walking down the street with a skateboard under his arm. That was the same, I have no words. So yeah, that they banned skateboarding completely. It was a punishable offense. I grew up in very close to the town. I'm sure if not, listen, Elvis played in the town I grew up in once, and they booed him off the stage. Elvis, the king, baby. Boo! Booed him off the stage. Man, yeah, most definitely was. Shut the you don't have any friends. Man, I am mentally slapping the stupid out of you right now. You feel it? You feel it right upside your head? Full on. No backhand. And I've got plenty of all the reasons that I have against Super 7 is mostly business reasons. It's not necessarily their toys. Because honestly, the little reaction things, sooner or later, they're going to get into a kid's hands. And they're going to find a way to have fun with it, despite what adults want them to do. And I am all for kids, going against what adults think and having fun. So, to a point. So, with that, they have a good reason to exist. My problems are their business problems. Currently with the tariff tax they have on their page, but not against toys that are actually affected by a tariff, but toys that they've had in inventory for years. So that right there, that's not cool. And some of the just straight out lies, can't do vac metal, buy those silver hawks, we can't do vac metal. And then a year later, all the money you just spent buying the toys you didn't want but went ahead and got because that's probably all you were going to get, and then they do the vac metal. That right there, that's it's not cool, man. That interferes with my slack. Absolutely. Absolutely. A $10 toy, because that's going to get into a kid's hands. And some kid's going to get his start. He just like I did. My mom always bought me Star Wars. 5 POA. The head turned, if you were lucky. The arms went up and down. The legs went up and down. That was it. There, no waist swivel. People bitching about articulation today. Shit. You didn't grow up with 5 POA. You didn't grow up with 4 POA. And it's you kids got it good. Shut the fuck up. It's a really, I still have nostalgia for those toys, but even as a kid, that 5 points of articulation was never good enough for me. Never. But it started me on a journey of enjoying toys and collecting, because my mom had a policy: 2 of everything, 1 to play with, 1 to leave in a box. And whew, till I'd break that toy and then go sneak in and open the one that she had in the box. And sometimes it was worth the ass beating I got. Sometimes it wasn't. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's, it's, yes. Yes, I had a lot of the old Fisher Price. I had some of the Big Jim is the Fisher Price Adventure People. I did have those as a kid. It's one reason why I want that Cosmic Legion Reicher, because it's based off the old space people. Not only did my mom, I say like I was a spoiled little shit, absolutely was, but the one thing that my mom was a garage sailor, so I got all the toys that everybody else's parents were thrown away. So I always ended up with boxes of toys. We'd go to an auction, and because my parents were antique dealers, so my mom knew how to find shit without spending all the money. Yeah, Turtles is. eh, Listen, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I started out with the comic book and was super happy with it. The original comic, but the Turtles was kind of the end for me when it came for a lot of action figures, because I started seeing those shelves fill up with turtles, and I started seeing my mask figures disappear, my Starcoms disappear. Star Wars and GI Joe were just kind of going downhill from there. So Turtles is kind of where I dropped off. I remember buying a couple of the early Rubberhead ones, and I was just like, no. Now, if they'd have come out and with the turtles they got now with the articulation, oh man. But that being said, I do still have to buy all the Donatellos I see, because my wife loves Donatello. And so I'm kind of still in turtles a little bit. It doesn't matter what circle, excuse me. Doesn't matter what circle you could find yourself to, things are going to filter in. As Leah said to Grand Moff Tarkin, the tighter you grip, the more systems will fall through your fingers. I don't know, that didn't make any sense. I just wanted to say that. Yeah. And they were really fun toys. The articulation still didn't do it for me. I wanted more, but they were still really well, only once. And then, people told me you're not supposed to do that. I was pretty early to notice, though, that my Big Jim Tiger became He-Man's and Skeletor's Battle Cat and Panther. So I was like, what the? I've seen that before. I know that. I wish I still had half of that stuff. I know I still got a Millennium Falcon in box, an AT-AT in box, and somewhere I've got a few GI Joes left, but we boxed everything up when I was about 13, and where they stored it, a bunch of people just went through it and just pilfered it. And then I sold all the Star Wars stuff way too early. Oh yeah, listen. My mother pulled me out back in 1975. When you had a kid, you were to keep that kid in the hospital with you for a week after childbirth. My mother pulled me out of the hospital AMA, which means against medical advice. So she didn't miss the antique show at the Kansas Coliseum in Wichita, Kansas. They had you adopted this. I was born into it. My Donatello sounded like Leonardo. That Leo was never my jam, man. I'm kind of with my wife on the Donatello. I like the nerdy shit. So, it and the voice actor for Leonardo always just bugged the hell out of me. Yeah, they did. That was one, and they fitted on my Star Wars toys. I remember, God, I'm supposed to be coloring some shit right now, but I'm talking about toys. What finally ended me for Star Wars toys was definitely G.I. Joe. I started in pretty much 83, and that was, the straight arm stuff. We had a lot of the mail-aways. I remember snot crying. We were on a trip to visit my great-grandmother, and I left my USA shirt mail order Sergeant Slaughter in a truck stop bathroom because I had to put them down to wash my hands, and walked out without them. And I was I think we were 20, 30 miles or at least 30, 40 minutes up the road before I was like, oh, we got to go back. My mom's like, no, we don't. So I had to spend more flag points, get another one. But, all my G.I. Joes fit in all my Star Wars vehicles. I could put their knees down. I had all the neighbor kids had G.I. Joe vehicles, so we traded a lot, or we just stole from each other. That was another thing, oh, you left that Mobat in your backyard sandpit? It's mine now, fucker. They'd just steal it back in a week. You were only a little shit if you told your parents. You had to send your parents to come get your toys back. Just come steal them again. Mikey, how you doing, sir? Cannot wait. I'm going to spend so much money at your booth in Dallas. Oh, go away, Mikey. But I'm absolutely a give me a second. Oh, every now and then the brain wants to stop working, and I am so tired of it. Articulation has always been, I'm an articulation whore. I want it to bend. I want it to bend the way I want it to. I want cool action. That is my biggest nightmare, is I'm going to have a full epileptic seizure right here on camera. So stay tuned for the show. Max's goldfish hour. I wish it was just a senior moment, but it is the last week or so rebuilding these computers and thinking I'd just lost 15 years worth of artwork. My artwork and stuff that I'd saved was it has been a stressful time, and I've had a few flutterings. I guess they call them auras. I don't know what the fuck that means, and everybody has a different definition of what it is. But every now and then I'll get to thinking, and it's not that I lose words; it's that all words stop working. So, hey, hold on. I seen somebody here. Who is that? Is that Talib 1980, my fellow co-host on Figure Fight Club? What are you talking? What is he talking about? Huh? What? Should I play it again?
Welcome to Figure Fight Club, where collectors come to play. Discussions from relevance to hot toys shaped by collecting. Where pour a drink for yourself, collect your thoughts. Join us on this journey and action-packed talks. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any drink will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you.
I cannot wait. If you do, Jeff, get yourself checked, because I'm going to tell you, brain damage does not get better. It's almost always progressive. Well, Abby, when a boy likes a girl and the boy can't reach his butt, I don't fucking know. But I will say, those 6-inch Skibbity toilet figures with all the surveillance gear on top is a twofold win when you can find them at Ollie's and any other place where they're discounted, because you can pop those heads off and they fit almost all of the Marvel Legends figures. You can pop a different head on there, and then you can take those surveillance cameras and they make great accessories. So don't discount those figures. Now, the little blind boxes, those things are crap. You ain't fucking kidding, man. I mean, I had to do something, because, I will say I am going to definitely, and I definitely want to take a minute. I should have said this, a lot earlier on the show, that I am definitely going to be sad that Illustrated Figs is going into toy rehab. Like the shit out of that dude, and he's hella fun, and I wish him well in everything he does. So, as well you should be. You want me to? I got a kid in the next room. You want me to ask her? She definitely knows what all this shit means. All right, we are gonna do some coloring. Oh, did you just sit in your chair with an open beer, staring at a wall for 4 hours afterwards? That seems to be the norm. They're probably talking about you because you didn't cook any pizza for them tonight, Skibbity. Should have got that Red Barons. I sent him a message. I have yet to hear a response. So, I don't know. Maybe. Oh. All right. Yeah, I said, oh, Max is going to start drawing. 4 people leave the room. Fuck that guy. I want to see him draw. I didn't tune in for that. Thought there was going to be some shit talking. Well, here's the thing. I save all my shit talking for while I'm drawing. Because I've done this shit for years. I can do both. What do you want me to shit talk about? No color commentary. I don't have, I don't know that I really do the best I mean, listen, all the procreate advice I give are, I just cannot stop that. I really apologize. Um, all the procreating advice I give and using that program, like I've done over the last 2 episodes, are very common man focused. There are people who can do some stuff on Procreate that would blow your mind. It is a oh, I guess I can do that. You can hold on, I will. I think in all caps, mother. Hey, and listen, before everybody leaves the room, something that I'm not demanding it, but if you could, hit that like button. It's cheap and easy. I don't hide anything behind paywalls, and I don't have any secrets. Or do I? Maybe that's somebody with secrets would say. With somebody with anyway, you know what I'm saying. Anyway. And you can always catch me on YouTube. I think, let's see. How do you find me on YouTube? Apparently it has been a little bit of a thing that a lot of people cannot find me on YouTube. Because a lot of people don't know how to spell my name right. And that's a little bit on purpose. No Diddy. I do not. Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. You have no proof. Yeah, throw a sub somebody's way. Max needs 1 million. That's 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 how you spell my name. Or Max Ashillian. Max Ashillian. Yeah, ask Gabby how to say it. That no dignity. That's my middle name. But I definitely don't. If you're not a regular watcher, you don't have to sub. I would rather somebody who wants to watch, share, do a sub. That way those subscriptions mean something. And that's something you should do across YouTube. I definitely try to narrow my subs down to people that I watch, because nobody can watch everything. And subs are important, but one thing you can always do, just like the video, and leave a comment. And that goes for Facebook people out there too. Just like it, leave a comment. That does more good for anybody across YouTube than anything. You know, I don't want you subbing unless you want to sub. So that's definitely. And also, if I get too many subs, then I'm actually going to have to work, and sharing is caring. And if you don't share, your mama hoe. That guy, you got to watch that guy right there, Max Ashilian. He'll sell it to you. He can. Thank you. I appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart, don't make me work too hard. I'm too old, broken, and bitter, and all I want to do is sit here, draw my little pictures, talk shit about Super 7. So, and I'll tell you another thing about Super 7. I don't care who you are, you own a Funko Pop. And if you own a Funko Pop, you're kind of supporting Super 7. Because I'm pretty sure it's the same company. Mondo, all that. Isn't it all one company? Somebody chat, tell me I'm wrong. All right, let's zoom in here. Let's get some zoom. All right, so this is episode 3 on. Come on. All right. So we got to add some color to this. Now, take a break from that hurts. That hurts so bad. I'll tell you one thing. Max Ashilian likes grits. See, you've put hands on one. You're just as filthy as the rest of us, Mikey. Yeah. I don't know. Some of those, I kind of had a plan I'd thought about doing once with some of those Funko Pops. All the dollar stores sell these, like for the G.I. Joe Funkos, and they sell a 12-inch Cobra Commander. It's like 3 POA. The arms move and the head turns. That's it. It's all this thing does. So I thought about, I really like the bodies on the Funko Pops. They're always really neat. They don't move. They're basically just statues. But I was going to pop the head off and put the head on that Cobra Commander 12-inch on one of those Cobra Commander Funkos. But I am a sucker for G.I. Joe Funko Pops. Absolutely a sucker for them. I've said it. I know. I need help. All right, let me give a little instruction on this, then we'll get back to the shit talking. Okay, so I've got all this. I'm going to go ahead and do what you shouldn't do, which is bring it all into one layer. Then I am going to take another layer, and I want to move that underneath that reference layer. And that's the way we're going to be working. And this is a super easy way to color on Procreate. So let's do these haystacks. So we need some, let's look at some palettes here. What do we got? Let's stick with Miyazaki's. He always does me right. So let's go with some nice tan. Maybe turn it down just a little bit. Yeah. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to go here to airbrushing. Keep a soft brush. I'm going to go ahead and check my, definitely want a nice hard brush. On my eraser, go back here. Let's test how we do. Maybe a little bit bigger on that. All right. Okay. All right. Make sure you're in the right layer, dear gods. And we're just going to go right there and just color that. Take it back to original. Do a little shading there. We'll keep this background, kids. So keep it simple. Don't need it too fancy. And I don't know how to tell you really how to do this other than it just takes a little bit of skill and a little color theory and good art school. All right. So now you're like, holy crap, you just made a fucking mess, Max. All right, go over here to your eraser. Let's take that up a little bigger. Now, just keep it right in the lines. You can always, get the bulky stuff out of the way first. Yeah, that Grimlock wasn't a bad one. Of course you do, Dens. All right, so we're going to leave a little bit on the edge there because we're going to come back to it. But we're going to go and get some of this bulk here. It is a lot easier to paint under your line work than it is to go over the top. All right, now we can turn that down. Chat, feel free to talk about whatever you want. We don't necessarily just have to talk about coloring. I know multitasking is not a thing, but I will do my best. And if you do have questions about what I'm doing, feel free. Doing it this way, it's a lot of people will try to paint over it, and then you can do some things like there's a lot of little tricks for doing it the opposite of what I'm doing. But I'm trying to keep these videos to where just anybody can pick it up and if you watch my last two videos, you'll see it's just I want to keep it simple. There are a lot of ways that you can get very complicated very quick. With Procreate. Oh, you know what? Listen, buy what you like, and that's it. Don't let I will make fun. Again, and I will make this clear once again. My dislike of Super 7 is not really their toys. They're making things. Whether I like them or dislike them doesn't really matter, except to me. My problem is strictly a business problem. Because if you're selling things and you're doing it in a way that affects me, aside from me getting the toy that I am paying for, then I have a problem with that. And if you're doing some unethical things, then no, Rowdy. I'm sorry. I'll be more entertaining next time. I'll do better. Have a good night, Rowdy. I hope you get man, there is nothing worse than starting a new job and having to like get a whole new sleep schedule. That just I hate it. I hate it so much. All right. So we got that. Let's go ahead. I want to get the background knocked out before I move on to the little Kenworth here. So we are going to start a new layer. And if you start it from your previous one, it's still underneath your reference layer. So you don't have to worry about that. All right. So something I'm going to show everybody real quick. I'm going to go back to the main screen. That is the color wheel that I like to use. It's real easy to find. If you do a Google image search, it is fantastic. I'm not going to pull it up because I don't think it's really copyrighted. Oh no, it absolutely is. So I'm probably screwed. But Graphlix, I believe, is the company that puts it out. But it's readily available. You can download it, and it's got really good color theories on there. So if you're using red, it shows you the some colors that really go with that, different options of how to do, and it's really fantastic when you're trying to put together stuff. So most of the stuff I've already got in my head, so I know already where I'm going to go with the background. Let's knock out the letters next. And we're using the Hayao Miyazaki color palette, and this is based off his original. Oh, hey, what are you doing, Max? I can't see. This is based off Hayao Miyazaki's original color palette that he used for his watercolor sets, and it is direct from the source. So I want some yellow, bright yellow. Still in the soft brush. I think I'm going to take it just a little bit brighter. Not much, though. And I'm going to go right over. Probably doing a little too much because now I got to go in between all that shit. And I probably should have done that last. You know what? I think I'm going to. The back button is a wonderful button to have. Okay, let's do the background. I kind of like that blue. Just take it a little bit lighter because I always got it. Already got a little bit of dark right in there. So we're gonna take that, hit that spot. Oh, wouldn't you know it? I still got to go run those fucking letters. All right, I want to take that back to the original. Don't forget, if in doubt, turn down the opacity just a little bit. Okay, now to the eraser. Let's turn it up, get our bulk stuff. Oh, I forgot a spot. Not trying to get in between all the little small lines, just worrying about getting the bulk out of the way. Takes a little extra time to do it like this, but it pays off in the end. All right. So, how many people have an iPad Pro that are watching right now? Don't everybody speak up at once. Maybe just put off one or two toys and just get seriously. Building a PC is not that bad. Yeah, you can put Procreate on a regular iPad. You can do some basic stuff with it. You can't do some of the more complex, but it's still it's not great, but it's not bad. But you definitely have to have the right pencil. So I know, Jeff. I'm sorry. um, Listen, up until this weekend, I didn't even have a computer that I didn't even have a computer that would play half the video games I see you playing, so you ain't doing too bad. If I tried to load up Old Republic on my old PC, it would have been like, what? the Yeah, it would have ended badly. It's probably why it ended badly already, because I was probably trying to do something with Baldur's Gate 3, and it never really ran right after I installed that game. It's probably because I slept with the green, the frog lady. So that should have just stuck with Shadowheart. Baldur's Gate wasn't too bad. What really, man, I'll tell you a game that just absolutely not only disappointed me, but was just shit to try to get to play on my computer, and that was Diablo 4. My computer did not like that game any way, shape, or form. Now, what we can do before I have to go through all these letters, remember we got our little background line there, so I can go ahead and clear all that out. Just get it out of my way. Get the bulk out. So, just a little bit. There we go. The learning curve for me was now, and again, I've said this in a couple other episodes on this subject. The learning curve for me wasn't that bad because I already had a fairly decent Photoshop knowledge base. So, and as a traditional artist, everything that I do on this tablet is exactly how I would be doing it on pencil and paper with markers. So I really held off for a cool minute getting an iPad, and I absolutely didn't buy the new one. The iPad Pro, excuse me, because that's really what you need is an iPad Pro to really make this, get everything that you can out of this. Again, you can use Procreate on a regular iPad, but it's not going to do everything that you want it to do. It doesn't have the touch texture, the touch sensitivity that the pen needs to really do it. but you can still use it. But again, like you, Mike, I was more, I was always traditional artist, pencil and paper, working with multiple sheets, uh, draw it once and then trace it onto another one. And, a typical tattoo that I would draw and redraw for sizing and design and everything like that, I would have to draw probably 7, 8 times. And I still do that a lot with Procreate. You can see that probably in between first and second episode of what I'm doing here. Did the rough sketch, then went back, fine tuned it, made it what I want it to be. So the greatest thing about using an iPad Pro as opposed to doing it the way I was originally taught was I just saved paper. That right there was probably the biggest thing. Because I just would literally, like, people think I'm joking, but I would have 10, 15 sheets of paper to draw one tattoo. Even simple stuff, palm-sized things. Well, that's pretty much all black, so I can just go in here and yeah, I can just do that. I don't need any of that. So it wasn't much of a learning curve for me. Some of the settings took a good while for me to really get used to, and some of them I'm still not used to. There's a few things that, like my kid, holy shit, the things that she does is just, it's outstanding, and she can do things on an iPad that I'm just like, how'd you do that? She's just like, don't be a dummy, get good, at she doesn't say that. She pities her old man, my simple old man ways. But that's the way to get started. Just do little doodles and keep doing them. Watch a video or two. Like I said, it's one reason why I really wanted to do this series that I'm doing right here. Also I wanted to draw something for a friend of mine who's just super cool dude. And but just draw every day. And every day you'll get a little bit better. I took to it pretty instantly for what I needed it to do. Mostly I was drawing tattoos. It saved me time. It cut down my process from, sometimes days and weeks to, hours and then days. I've got and unlike, with my daughter getting into ZBrush and Blender and things like that, we're probably about to. I've used Wacom tablet for a number of years. Probably another reason why I kind of had less of a learning curve than some when it comes to this program. But we're probably about to see about getting a Cintiq, one of those. It's got the little digital monitors built into it. And I'm kind of excited. I'm sure that maybe my kid will let me play on it. Probably not. There's one of the artists that I really like right now. I'm hoping I've got to, and if you're watching this, I promise I'm not ignoring you. I'll get an email out to you this week. But there's a guy who does a lot of the cover art and artwork for Valaverse, Quentin Bedwell, and he's working on a few comic books. And if you know the name, you know the name. But I'm super big fanboy when it comes to his work, and I'm really excited to hopefully get an interview done with him here in the near future. I should have already had that planned, but things have gotten in the way. He's agreed to one. I've just got to get everything set on how I want to do it and what I want to ask him, because he is a good dude and a busy man, and I don't want to waste his time. Because let me tell you one thing that paid artists really, really fucking hate: when you waste our time. Now, when we want you to waste our time, that's another thing. That's cool. We love that. But we got shit to do. All right. So we got our background, and I think I want to do a little bit more with it. So I'm going to hit that white. And I want to go just a little bit around this edge. I think it's a little too dark right in there. And I went way too big on that. What I probably should have done, instead of doing all that white, you know what? That's exactly what I should have done. I am going to get rid of all that. Instead of doing a color, where did, okay. We're going to use the eraser, go to soft brush, I'm going to turn opacity way down and turn size back up. And we're going to let the background do the work for us. There we go. So basically what I'm doing, instead of coloring all that white and having to go through and erase everything, I am just doing the eraser first. And with the opacity turned down, it just means I've got to make a few more passes to get the light. Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Thanks for stopping in, bud. I hope you have a fantastic night as well. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Yeah, Jeff. I love Diablo. I've been from day one, first game. I have always been there watching it, but Diablo 4 is fucking trash. It is. Fuck, it is so bad. All right, new layer. I didn't want it to be. I really, really did not want it to be. Nobody wanted it to be. You don't spend. From my dumbass, I'm pretty sure got the version of the game that was somewhere around $90 for all that crap. And they just can't seem to fix it. It doesn't matter what you do, it's still really fucking boring. And before somebody in chat says, just play Path of Exiles, I don't like Path of Exiles. I like Diablo. I want to play Diablo. I don't know why I don't like Path of Exiles. Probably because there's just way too much of it. It's a good game. And I know some of the people who've worked on that game. And I know they've put in a lot of hard work. And I definitely respect them for that. But it is just not the game I want to play. They really, with Diablo 4, they really want to make it a game where you have to it's fucking mobile game. They really just the whole game screams, we really want you to do microtransactions, but we're too chicken shit to tell you. So we're just gonna, just give you a shitty game. It just that's what it is. I think that after they announced that Diablo Immortal and they got booed off the fucking stage. Well, you all got cell phones. Yeah. And we don't want to play Diablo on it. I think they changed a lot of trajectory on Diablo 4. I also think they wanted to make it more of a multiplayer game. I mean, that's just what it feels like. It's a really good story. But once you get through the story, it's, it's not like Diablo 3. I expect that. I want Diablo 3 after I get done with the story. It's an arcade game. I want flashy lights. I want shit to blow up when I hit it. And, I want my dopamine. Thanks, bud. I'm trying. But you can it's I don't even know how to get into all the things I feel about Diablo 4. I really don't. That and I doubly feel sorry for those who have to try to play that shit on a fucking console. I'm a PC player. That's right. I said it. I'm PC player. What about it? Never once did I say I wasn't an elitist asshole. I don't know. Maybe now that I've got a game, I got a PC that I can actually play Diablo 4 on without it freezing up and kicking me off every 5 minutes and not playing and just every other damn flaw that game has. Maybe I'll have a little more fun with it, but they just they're a year into it. And only just now are they starting to listen to some of their more serious players that, hey, the shit you're doing is not working and we are not having fun. And if we're not having fun, we're not going to play your game. It's like trying to tell the Todd father to make 6-inch fucking figures. I don't want to make 6-inch. Todd father. Yeah, and it's I really think that when they were at the drawing table for Diablo 4, I think that it was going to be kind of a World of Warcraft setting. Original vanilla World of Warcraft. You were going to have three different I think you were going to have about three different factions. You were going to have, the you could have, I think you could have had sides. You wouldn't have been able to communicate. There would have been POV zones, and there are. Nobody fucking uses them because they're lame. And it just Oh yeah, I mean they almost got booed off the damn stage. It was ridiculous. Everybody have a cell phone? The minute those words come out of dude's mouth, you just heard the crowd just silent. And he's like, "We got a mobile game." Everybody was expecting Diablo 4, and he was like, "We got a mobile game." And everybody was just, a dude got up and was like, "Is this an April Fool's joke?" No. Oh my God, it was so bad. And it was live, broadcasting live. You know, somebody back there was just like, cut the feed, cut the feed. Oh, it was amazing. And they deserved it because fucking mobile games. Mm. I really think that if they'd, I don't have any proof of this. It's just kind of, but I'm really good at patterns, and I'm really good at, so either somebody along the lines thought we're going to set up Diablo 4 like vanilla World of Warcraft, and kind of combine those two games, or they fucking should have, because that's the game they designed and then they broke it. There was absolutely, there was no reason. Um, I'm gonna try something you can do. No, well, maybe that'll work for what I want. When you hit this button and you've got reference, so I can go back here now with this. I want to really brighten that up. So that will only, I always forget about that. See? Add a little layer in there. Oh, and I don't have to erase. Yay, Max. I forgot that fucking button. Yeah, that's, if they would have took Diablo 2, Diablo 3 has its place. I love that game. I will always love that game. But no. That's not gonna do it. But if they would have gone in and made an updated Diablo 2, I think that they would have blown everybody away. Took a combination of 2 and 3, which was what I think really, I don't know about everybody else. That's what I was expecting for Diablo 4, because they had just done the remastered Diablo 2, and Diablo 3, it's still going strong. I think they just announced season 34 or some shit like that. I'm probably going to play it because Diablo 4 sucks so bad. Excuse me. All right. Let's paint this truck real quick while we're shit talking Diablo. It's kind of red. We need to darken it up just a little bit. All right. Turn the opacity down a little bit. We're just gonna That's what I was expecting. I thought that we were going to get, they just released the remastered Diablo 2. Hella fun to go back and play that. God, I can't tell you how many hours of my life. Now I can tell you how many hours of my life I spent playing World of Warcraft, because there's this little thing you could do in chat and do /played, and it would tell you to the second how long you'd played that game. And when I saw 375 days, a year of my life, I was done. I turned it off. I uninstalled it the next fucking day, and I have not played it since. I will never play World of Warcraft again. Now, I'm glad that I did, because Wrath of the Lich King was probably some of the best fantasy fiction ever written. It is an amazing story. It's a beautiful tale. There's I think they've got it in written form. Somebody published it. Well, Jeff, you don't know me enough to say that, because I'm going to tell you, I ran on Silverhand server with, and my guild master was one of the top rated fighters. That man didn't pay for World of Warcraft ever. But anyway, in book form, the Wrath of the Lich King, I think they wrote it under Arthas. I think they've got a series of books out about it, and it is fantastic fantasy fiction. Really, really good, and I'm glad to have played it. Was it worth a year of my life? Fuck, I don't know, but I probably would have wasted it doing something else. So maybe it was. How's that looking? Does it look like a Kenworth? I don't like that. I had a good time, and I had some really good friends. People I still talk to today, and you know that I'm happy with. Isn't that what it's about? The friends you make along the way. Final Fantasy 11 is a great game. It I've been playing that when I do play on a console. Of course, it pisses me off that I've got to buy a PlayStation 5 to be able to finish it. But the remastered Final Fantasy 7 is beautiful. Love that game. I am definitely a little pissed how they're releasing it, but I love that game. That was my jam. There we go. Get a little blending in there. All right. Cool. I think we got that cab going. Yeah. That's about it. Probably need to add some dirt spots just because I know his truck. But I do get them headlights. I don't know. You know, it's Diablo 3 at least was pretty good even before they released the first expansion. And now we're already one expansion into Diablo 4, and it's still boring as fuck. That's oh. But again, I don't want it to be. The thing I always, I'll tell you what I really like about Diablo. All of them. At any point in time in the game, I can shut it off and walk away. I don't have to worry about it. If I just want some stupid go out and smash some demons gameplay, that was it. Diablo 3 especially. You can go run some stuff, things like that, and it's we're good to go. But I'm having a hard time having that same feeling with Diablo 4. Not that I can't just walk away from it. It's just I don't really feel like I could just turn it on, period. But I can't quit it. So where's the problem? Is the problem them or is it me? I just can't quit you, baby. Oh. What was the other one? Is it the one that they still play right now, Final Fantasy 14? Is that where everybody's at? Final Fantasy 14? I remember beating the original. Somewhere I've got a picture of Amen, Kaiju Kitty. Throw in some Crystallis, do some classic RPG. Yeah, 14. That's what I thought. Yeah. Final Fantasy. Oh yeah. Oh. I'm waiting. I am not buying. I really want to play Final Fantasy. I am not buying a PS5. Just Damn sure ain't doing it after all the money I just had to spend on a fucking computer. Um, Now, if anybody knows a good emulator, you should let me know. I mean, pay for your games. Jar is bad. Maybe. Not buying a PS4. That I've still got my original NES and a bunch of games, and I want to say that somewhere in the multitude of things that are, somewhere around in my mother's storage bins, there are, I may still have a Super NES and a bunch of games. If not, that's just lost to me forever because the cost of trying to rebuild those games, that's that's out of my hands. That Talib, you just sold a bunch. How if I wanted to start from scratch, what would that I think his are Chrome. Go feed them kids. Good night. Good night, Avi. Yeah, see, N64, that wasn't so much my bag. I didn't really care for the controllers and the 3D and everything that. And I had some fun with it, but Super NES, God, that was just that was the last system outside of PlayStation on Nintendo that I really had a lot of fun with. Uh, Dragon Warrior, uh, uh, some of the RPG games. Uh, was it Crystallis? Yeah, I think Crystallis. Super fun game, great story. Um, Holy crap! What are some of the Super NES was just it was just a lot of fun. And I liked the controller. It was, the layout of it was really good for my fat little fingers. Super NES. That was definitely where it was at for me, anyway. I mean, I've had a lot of fun on a lot of systems, but Super NES was definitely, if I had one system, like I was gonna go and have a vintage system to rebuild, Super NES would be what I would do. But I was always role playing games on Nintendo were always really fun. Uh, I remember on the first Dragon Warrior on the original NES system was God, I had a blast with that game. I still got on my I got a 3DS and I've got Dragon Warrior for it. Or well, now it's Dragon Quest. But oh, and I'll tell you what, you want to talk about people who take their gaming serious. Fucking Dragon Quest people. Woo! I only thought I knew. I've only I've only touched on the bliss that is their world. If I could get like I have no time. Like I know that some people out there really like that Nintendo Switch. I will never buy another Nintendo product that is not vintage. Um, I am definitely way past those days for me. Uh, if my daughter was still really young, uh, yeah, probably. But now she likes playing Doom Eternal and destroy the destroying gory shit and stuff like that. So I don't have any need for kid friendly family games. And I know they've got some variety at I don't know if they came out with a really good Dragon Quest game, I might be convinced. You know what? I'm just going to darken that one up altogether. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, I've seen a few people run it. I think that's what they run on those little Raspberry Pis, custom systems. Now that would be cool. Back in the day, after when N64 came out, my thought was always, if they could have a PlayStation controller on an N64, that would be super cool. Oh, no, I don't want that dark. All right. I feel like I need something else right here. Just a little too. I know what to do. Take my own advice. And I did way too much on one layer. See, that's what that button does. It makes you forget that you did too much on one layer. Nope. Soft brush. Here we go. A little bigger. There we go. I'll check it out in a little bit, Jeff. I am almost done. And we have definitely passed the 2-hour mark, which I was trying to not do. Really wanted to free up you fine folk before then. Because somebody else is obviously broadcasting, because we're down to 2 viewers. So so it must be just you, Jeff. Jeff and Daddy. There we go. Perfect. All right. Nope. Too much. All right. I think we've got a pretty good little simple design. Can always go back and play with it some more. I think I am going to knock out that steering rod shifter. And I'm sure that his is some kind of red. No. Oh, Denz is here. Danny's here. Oh. Well, good. That means I'm not missing nothing. And yeah, there we go. Oh. Oh, I guess I need to do the windshield. Maybe. Let's do that. Yeah. Oh. Come on. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to do it for hay stacking. I'm going to merge down those color layers. And I may play with it and fine tune it a little bit and see what else happens, before I send it over to my buddy. But basically, it's just enough information over these last 3 episodes to get you started on Procreate. That's really what all this is for. None of it is anything super fancy. Again, there's so many different things you can do with Procreate and so many different levels you can take it to that I can't speak enough for the program. It's the best part about it is not a subscription. $20 and it's yours. And they update often. So that's what we got, and that's going to bring an end to this Procreate thing. You know, it's I've got here. Let me see if I some of the other stuff that I'm trying to find something I can. You know, like here's something I did for Articulated Ninja. You know, just a thank you, and the different layers and levels and everything like that you can put into it, and the backgrounds, and you know, and this is just a simple black and white drawing, but I've got all kinds of different textures and stuff that I could throw in there, and you know, little thickies. So there's a lot of different things you can do. I've got let's see, I got another one I can show you real quick. I'm holding it like this because there's some stuff in here that I absolutely cannot show you. So where is it? Sure, I didn't pull it off here. Yeah, here was another thing that I designed for kind of a thank you to 3POA group. It had always bothered me on the old Cobra Ferret that it was a missile that shot 2 different ways, and I was like, that makes no damn sense. So I redesigned the way the missile works. And if you know the old G.I. Joe toy, it was always a missile. It had 2 different ends. So I thought instead what would happen is it only launched to the front. But when it launched, it would leave a mine behind it. So this would drop off, and then this would be the missile that launched. So that was I did a old G.I. Joe blueprint, and I did another one for it's Chad's channel that basically I don't know if it's a bit or if he's serious about how much he hates the you had in a period of G.I. Joe very late in that where they did the Echo Warriors and that, you know, fighting, you know, the toxic and everything like that. By that time, I was just reading the comics, and Larry Hama didn't want shit to do with none of that crap. So, but this is off of the septic tank, which was a redesign of his tank. And what I did was the big sludge cannon that was the hydro-powered sludge liquefier compressor. And anybody who has any military experience knows that they used to put out what was called PMs. And they had PM Magazine, which was started by a friend of mine named Archie Goodwin. Not many people know. It may not have been started, but he definitely worked on PM Magazine. did a lot of artwork. So did Escher, Will Escher, Iser, the Spirit comic. He did a lot of cover art and stuff for that PM magazine. And basically what PM magazine was, it was a book that just kind of showed you a lot of maintenance stuff for military equipment and gear and any changes, and it came in a comic book form. So I did this as a maintenance alert for changing the O-rings in your hydro-powered sludge liquefier compressor. And it was a fun little thing to do. I just, I spent months. I also did one just not to leave him out. Everybody can read this. This was for Michael French from Retro Blasting, who is, God, I have watched this man on YouTube for 10 years. 10 years. And it's been worth every minute. And if those that don't know, he has a old 12-inch Kenner Darth Vader with no arms, armless Darth Vader. Respect, sir. And so I did a little comic. You can pause the video and give it a watch. But these were all just kind of little thank yous that I did because I spent basically 4 years in a chair, and these are the people who entertain me. Oh, and my absolute favorite, this was something I did up for Analog Toys. Hold on, I'll shut this light off. You guys can get out. There you go. Oh, okay, that made no difference. Everybody who has ever watched Analog Toys channel, Tony Roberts, aka the Desert Rat, my little buddy. His channel has been super inspiring for me, and he's an inspiring person. Do good. Do what's right because it's the right thing to do. So I drew him. He's very much a steward and preserver of the Palatoy brand as it was. And so I drew him as a desert rat, action man, now with gripping hands. And that was something I did for him. I've posted these on my channel, but these are all things that I did in Procreate. So and I had another thing that I've been working on, and I don't know where it is. Oh, and least I forget, Jordan, the behind the scenes guy from Valaverse, drawn as a Steel Brigade, and he's pretending to be shot using a let's go on an adventure mild sauce from Taco Bell so he can take a nap. Because Jordan rules. And that was all done. I had some G.I. Joe artwork that I've been working on, and I don't know where it is. So I guess you don't get to see it. Sorry about your luck. So that's been fun. And, one, thank you as always for letting me share just a little bit of what I know and how I play around with things. I know a lot more, and I can get a lot more complicated. And if you want me to get a little more in depth and do some stuff that's just super stupid hard to explain, you can leave a comment after the video's been posted, and let me know what you'd like to see. This is pretty much what I do now. For those that are watching on Facebook, you know that this was done on my old tattoo shop page when it was Nakatosh Tattoo Company. Now Nakatosh Studios, which is my personal art studio, and what I do freelance art out of. So the tattoo shop is no more. Health reasons and a stupid daughter of a landlord is shut it down, but mostly just health. I can't tattoo anymore. I don't want to die just yet. I'm not entirely fed up with all y'all's bullshit just quite yet. I can put up with a little bit more. So the tattooing is no more. So art and YouTube and toys is pretty much what I got. And if I find something else, I might talk about it. So that's if you're looking for an explanation on that, I am planning on broadcasting now, simulcasting every Thursday at 5. And the video will stay up. Facebook gets a little funny about videos. They don't always let them stay up. So we'll see how that goes. But till then, we'll just keep doing it. And once again, you can always catch me on Figure Fight Club anywhere from on Tuesdays, most definitely. Give them a sub. And Fridays, I believe. I also do Go to Bed, which is the after show of all your favorite after shows. And it just turns up when it needs to turn up. So, or if I'm just bored and I should really go to bed. But in the meantime, we're going to go out with one more time celebrating the 2 new co-hosts of Figure Fight Club along with Abby. You've got Talib 1980_collects and myself. And thanks for playing along.
Welcome to Figure Fight Club, where collectors come to play. Discussions from relevance to hot toys shaped by collecting. Where pour a drink for yourself, collect your thoughts. Join us on this journey and action-packed talks. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any drink will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you.